Hey everyone, today we are diving deep into the psychology of discipline, specifically how to make it actually work. If you've ever felt like your rewards and punishments just aren't landing, or maybe they're even making things worse, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to break it all down into two super simple golden rules that honestly, they change everything. So let's get right into it. I mean, have you ever been there? You try to correct a behavior, but it feels like it just blows up in your face. Maybe it creates a ton of resentment, or it just doesn't change a thing. It is so frustrating, right? Well, today we're going to unpack exactly why that happens and, way more importantly, how to fix it for good. Okay, so before we get to the rules, let's just get on the same page about what the goal is here. Anytime you use discipline, whether it's a reward or a punishment, the mission is simple. You're trying to do one of two things: either make a good behavior happen more often or make a bad behavior happen less often. That's it. This isn't about getting angry or letting off steam, it's about being strategic. So, how do we actually pull that off? Well, it all comes down to these two incredibly powerful, but so often overlooked, principles: clarity and proximity. Seriously, once you get these two down, you've got the master key to making discipline actually work. Let's break them down. So rule number one is clarity. This means the child has to know, without a shadow of a doubt, exactly which action led to this consequence. No guesswork. And rule number two is proximity. This one's about timing. The reward or punishment has to happen as close to the behavior as humanly possible. These two rules apply to everything, and you gotta have both. If you miss just one, the whole thing can completely fall apart. All right, let's see what happens when these rules get broken. We'll start with punishment, because this is where things can go wrong fast. We're going to look at a classic case study of what not to do.
Okay, so just look at this timeline. At 9 in the morning, a child misbehaves. The mother decides, you know what, I'm going to wait for the father to get home. Then, a few hours later, around 2 p.m., the child does a chore, something helpful, like washing the dishes. Then, at 7 p.m., that's a full 10 hours later, the father finally gets home and delivers the punishment for what happened way back in the morning.
And here is the huge, huge problem with that massive delay. Our brains, and especially a child's brain, learn by connecting things that happen close together. When the consequence is hours and hours later, that mental link between the bad behavior and the punishment, it's just incredibly weak. It might as well not even be there. And this is where it becomes a total disaster. The parent thinks they're sending a clear message: don't do that thing you did this morning. But because of the delay, the lack of proximity, the child's brain doesn't connect the punishment to something from 10 hours ago. No way. It connects it to the last important thing they did, which was washing the dishes. So the message they actually get is, when I do chores, I get punished. And just look at the fallout from this one mistake.